Hey, you guys, it's Megan from Create Your Future. And today we have Bianca here with us, and she is a coach. She's getting amazing results. Definitely check out her description, the link below. So, you guys, we thought it'd be kind of cool for you guys to get to know Bianca a little bit better, what she's manifested. So, she's going to talk about some things, especially some exciting things that she has manifested. So, you guys can intend to see, that this does work for everybody and how we all kind of get to the place we are and how exciting it is for every single person. And we want you to get to know her more as well. So, hey, Bianca.
Hi, Megan. Hi, everyone.
So tell us. I know you said you want to tell us kind of, about somebody that you manifested, not maybe a particular SP, but somebody from your past that you wanted to really see again. So I'm excited to hear
Yeah.
about the story. Yeah.
Yes. So me and this person, we were colleagues in university, and
Hmm.
so after we graduated, we stayed a bit in contact, but he got into a relationship with a very jealous girlfriend, and she didn't agree with our friendship, and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So
Hmm.
we kind of drifted apart. Years went by, and we stopped talking. So after learning about manifesting and everything, I was like, wow, I had the desire to reconnect with him. I was like, how great would that be, if I would just be able to see him. But I didn't want to reach out because I knew about his situation with the girlfriend. So I had
Hmm.
him on Facebook and Instagram, and I saw that he's still in that relationship. So I didn't want to like do anything in the 3D.
Right, right. Makes sense. Yeah.
So, because my favorite manifestation technique is visualizing, I just love visualizing.
That's your thing, that's
So,
your go-to?
yeah, I mean, besides doing the mental diet, which is something that I always do, I sometimes do visualizations like before I go to bed or right after I wake up.
Those
So
are your
yeah,
best times,
I
kinda like when
created.
your mind's quiet?
Yeah, exactly. Especially
Yeah.
before I go to bed, like I always see a lot of things, and I just visualize. So I might as well, visualize something that I want.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you're using, like using it to your advantage to consciously create what you want. That's amazing. Yeah. I'm not very good at visualization, so I always like it. And well, I don't want to create that. I mean, our mind thinks in pictures anyway, but I'm always love to hear stories when people like are actually really good at like visualizing things like that, or that's their go-to. I'm like, I'm good at hearing things, not as much as seeing them. But like if that's how people are, it doesn't matter because your mind thinks in pictures anyway, so don't stress out about it. But anyway, yeah, what were you saying about your
Yeah, I mean,
visualization?
yeah, to be honest, I'm not good with visualizing specific details, but
Yeah.
I am a kinesthetic learner. This is what I know about myself. And I
Mhm.
get into that feeling. So when I close my eyes and I start to imagine, that really gets me into that feeling. Uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
and yes, you can manifest even without believing, but that feeling that makes it like faster.
Well, I think you're right, and I think it's like it's hard to articulate. I think that's why there's so many coaches. It's hard to really articulate, and
Yeah.
I even sometimes don't want to create that anxiety for people to feel that because you don't have to feel anything. But for me, what I've noticed is when I get kind of relaxed or I feel some sort of relief. That's it. Kind of getting
Uh-huh.
to that feeling. It's not that you're feeling like you are married or this or that. It's like more like the feeling of like, yeah, this could be a possibility. I guess that's the best way I could describe it for myself. I'm not sure. How do you feel?
Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it, as relief and maybe a bit of anticipation. Like you feel like, oh, this can totally happen because I have seen so much proof by now.
Mhm.
So I know anything is possible. So it
Yeah,
kind of gets you
absolutely.
like a bit of, like that. It's not a, it's not a really exciting, like people think that you have to be super excited or like this very, over the moon feeling, but it's just
Yeah.
something like you said, a relief. Like, yeah, this can happen. Like it's a very particular, like Neville says, a particular feeling tone that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely. It's
I
almost
manifest.
like
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, I manifested even things that I did not believe like at all. But
Mhm.
sometimes when I have this feeling of this can happen, and it like in visualization I get that feeling from. So
Hmm.
that's when it kind of like happens faster and like really really, in maybe a few days, or I
Hmm.
had stuff that happened the same day.
Yeah, I know. Yes, yeah, you're right. So, and I think you're so right, kind of playing around with it and having like, there's plenty of things I've manifested I didn't believe in, but what really gave me the confidence was, creating this list. And people think those are silly, but they're not, because what it taught me was that feeling I got when I was manifesting, that I could visualize. I didn't have to always do it a state akin to sleep. I could be staring straight ahead and have a thought and have that feeling and that thing come up. I could see what my mind was doing. I could do, it just taught me how I personally manifested every single thing. And I think that's, again, going back to everybody's different. And that's why it's so hard just to articulate it for people. We can give you the tools, but the one common denominator is yourself. And you really have to go out there and try to do this yourself and figure out how it works for you. And at least that's my thought process behind it.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Like it's different for everyone.
Mhm.
But I tested so many things,
Yeah.
and this is like me getting into the feeling is what worked best for
Mhm.
me, because I just love, like, even if I say my intentions or affirmations, or even when I'm doing my mental diet and I'm catching something negative and I change it to positive, it still
Mhm.
gives me that feeling of relief, like, wow, yeah, I feel much better now, better than
Yeah.
before when I
Yeah.
was, you know, stressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're giving that sense of relief. And plus, like you said before, having the confidence of already knowing it and testing it out, you're gonna know because you're like, oh yeah, this works because I have all this evidence in the past. Even if you are like, I don't believe it, how's it gonna work? Actually, taking out the how is the best thing to do, for you. For anybody out there manifesting, that's actually a block is trying to figure out the how. At least it is for me. Every time I try to figure out the how, my brain, just takes over, and I think I block myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
yeah,
all
so you're manifesting this person that you want to see, but
yeah,
and you were visualizing, and so yeah. So tell us more.
yeah. So I got into a visualization where I didn't put it a lot of importance. I just, in my visualization, I would just see him and him coming towards me and give me like a warm hug. By the way, I
Hmm.
like to hug people, I'm a hugger.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so I thought that would be nice, to just have him hug me and be like, oh, how you been? And stuff like that. So
yeah.
I did this visualization for a few night. I didn't do it every day, but I did it for a few weeks. Like it took 2 to 3 weeks until
Mhm,
I got it. So I don't
mhm.
want anyone watching to stress about the time, because I only mention it so you can guys know, but it's different for everyone, the time.
Yeah. So Bianca, were you doing it every night then for 2 weeks or so?
No, no, it wasn't every night. I just, maybe I did it 3 or 4 times a week,
Okay, okay.
because I was manifesting other things as well, so I didn't focus only on this particular thing. This was just another manifestation, but I was also manifesting other
Right,
things.
right, right. We have many things that we can manifest at one time. Yeah, try to consciously create. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So I did my visualization one night, and then I went to bed. I woke up. I went to the grocery store with my aunt to do the shopping list
Mhm,
we had, and I didn't even want to go to that place, but she insisted. Like, she was like, we should go to this particular supermarket, and I was like, okay, okay, let's go wherever you want. And so
yeah.
I was sitting in line, waiting to pay and everything, and then I saw him. Like, it's like he just materialized in front of my eyes, and I was
Oh
like,
my god.
what were the odds? I just could not believe it. And he was like, hey, but
That's amazing.
and even now that I know how this works, and all, it was still that shock of, oh my god.
Well, you know what I think it is because everybody thinks that's, I guess why I take out the how is because every time something happens, like you just explained, it made me think about it. Every time something happens, it always happens such in a natural way that seems like it would have happened anyway. So you can't predict it. So when it shows up, you're like, who would have thought that I would have gone with my aunt to this grocery store and seen him or whatever store like you would have never predicted it come that way. And it seemed like it would just happen naturally. And that's like some people, it's hard for people to really believe in manifesting that they're consciously creating because it happens in such a natural way. It does seem like it would happen anyway. These bridge of events and sequence of events just lead up to you to get your manifestation, just as you explained.
Yes, exactly. And it's almost like your brain wants to, even then, it's trying to trick you like, this would have happened anyway. So you have these thoughts, but no, you know that it was you in that moment. You just know it. You cannot fake it. You cannot pretend it. You just know it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And then you're right, but it's good to celebrate it because again, whatever you focus on, you always have choice. Like, and I was think, before we started this video, it's like I was noticing sometimes we were talking off screen, everybody out there, Bianca and I were before we started the video, but you can at any point in time take that and be like, oh, this isn't working. It's not exactly how I wanted this to go, your manifestation, or we could go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And, it's always that choice of victimhood or, being a celebration of that. I consciously created this. This is amazing. And whatever you decide to choose to make that mean is going to continue to like create your reality.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned this, I had a client that asked me if it's okay for her to feel excited when something manifests, because I don't know where she heard someone saying that if you get too excited about your manifestation, that it's like you're ruining. And I'm like, well, first of all, you assign meaning, so you can say that you can be super excited and you don't ruin everything. And
Absolutely.
secondly, I know for myself that this is how I naturally am. I am, when I get something, I'm very excited. And even when my clients have success, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So to me, this
Yes.
is natural. It's not faking anything, but if
Yeah,
someone
I
doesn't.
think I've heard that before too, and that doesn't make sense because law of assumption is whatever you assume. Like, so if you want to like assume that if you're excited, you're not going to get your manifestation, you created that rule for yourself. So why? I mean, I want to feel good all the time. I don't want to create that rule for myself.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's amazing. So that's great. And you guys are still in contact and everything?
Yes, and that other person is not even in the.
And all this happens so naturally, and then with our intentions, our mental diet, and just sticking to it, knowing we're consciously creating it.
Yeah, I personally, I didn't intend for like nothing with her, because he's not my SP, so I did not want to, I just wanted us to be friends and in contact. But it seems like in order for our friendship to continue to evolve, that person got out of the picture like a bonus.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, it makes sense if the story was around that she's jealous and she's keeping it, so it makes sense why she would just go away. And also,
Yeah,
as long
and
as she's a good
even
friend.
he told me that he just could not continue that relationship because she was so needy, and like she was all over him all the time, and he just felt like he was
Mhm,
drifting apart from all his friends, even his guy friends, so that just didn't
mhm.
work out for him.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you guys are in contact, and that's an amazing story. I love that. And I think there's a lot of good nuggets in here that we shared with people too, So hopefully I intend that everybody got a lot out of that video or this video.
Yeah, I love talking to you all the time, so I could just talk to you for hours.
I know, say likewise. So, well, thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and definitely check out Bianca's description in the link below. So thanks, Bianca.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.